Hello, this is KiwaniTalk. My name's Ray Scaboria. I'll be your host for this evening's program. KiwaniTalk is a public information program brought to you usually from the facilities of WDHS at Dearborn High School, but during the summer we're at Gary Gardner's office here in Dearborn and in his lobby because we can't use the school in the summer. Today I am very pleased to have as our guest Leon Bergeron. Leon is the current vice president of Dearborn Kiwanis and next year's president. Leon, it's nice to have you on the show.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks for having me. The world looks much different on this side of the camera than the side that I normally see is this little 4x6 box with some guy barking in my ear to pan right, pan left, up, down, tighten up the shot. So it's different on this side.
I thought I'd go back a little bit to where we met, and that was back when I was a salesman selling auto parts, and you were working in the group that engineered the design of the catalytic converters for Ford Motor Company.
Back in 1992 is when I started back.
We interacted there, not directly. You didn't.
I didn't have the mounting systems
at the time. You didn't have the mounting systems, which is what I was selling. But we still interacted occasionally for various reasons. And,
right.
Not too long after that, you decided to join the Kiwanis.
Yeah, you sponsored me in 2002, I believe it was. So I've been a member for 22 years now.
It's something, some people join. Now I joined a little before you, but honestly, it's something that kind of grows on you after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a great organization. I like giving back to the community, especially kids. For some reason, kids think little kids think I'm a jungle gym being 6'8", so they like to crawl all over me. And, if you give back to the youth that are going to be our leaders in the future, to me, my wife and I, we think it's a worthwhile organization. So, yeah.
Well, you can tell that you had a little experience recently and it had to do with youth. You and two of the other members, Peggy Pendinelli and Renee Callery. Now, did you actually take the students with you physically when you went out to the...
No, they were up there for the week at the...
Oh, they were up there, okay.
Our club, or the Kiwanis, sponsored 3 kids from the Dearborn Explorers for the week at the Michigan State Police Law Enforcement Academy. Yeah. It's a program that's run by Kiwanis, the district of Kiwanis. And I think the Trenton Club or one of the Downriver, Woodhaven or somebody sponsored one of the children, or one of the young adults. And then our club sponsored 2 kids to go, and they were there for the week. And then it was military style training for them. They had to be up at whatever time, breakfast, had to fix their beds the military way, and
sort of
so it was
mini basic training.
Yeah, boot camp for a week. But they did a lot of the things like SWAT. They worked with SWAT. They got to drive some of the cars out there and other things. So it was really interesting. And I think it's a really worthwhile program because you don't see too many youth that want to go into law enforcement with a lot of today's vibes in the world.
And I would be interested, but I'll bet you there's a significant number of Dearborn policemen, current Dearborn policemen, that went there. When I say significant number, maybe 3 or 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah, we'd have to ask. A lot of the Dearborn Explorers came up for their graduation ceremony on Friday, where you mentioned that the 3 of us had gone up to witness, or to watch it, and it was really interesting. But a lot of their comrades were there from the Dearborn Post, and I think that's going to spark interest that, hey, they had a really good time and they learned a lot. So I think we're going to have more that approach us next year to continue.
Dearborn's had that Dearborn Explorer police post for years.
Yes.
As far, I interacted with them 30 years ago, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's a great organization, and the one gal that we sponsored, she got injured Thursday night. The cadets were all running, and I guess one turned and came around the corner the other way and head-butted.
Oh,
so the parents had to take her home, but she was back for graduation the next day. And another gal had sprained her knee on Wednesday doing PT, and she finished out the week. So these kids are tough and resilient, and it was amazing that, you sprain your knee, or you're going to continue the rest of the stuff. Yeah. Well, they said the hardest thing was being in the swimming pool, a 12-foot deep swimming pool. And there were, I think there were 33 cadets for the class, and they all had to hold a 10-pound brick, or they had one brick, and they had to hold it for X number of minutes and then pass it to the next. So they learned teamwork, because some people are better swimmers than others.
So if you're holding a 10-pound brick, you have to support yourself with your feet, And I think a lot of people are not familiar with that process, know. I guess they learned a little bit,
Yeah.
Well, we're here really to talk about the peanut sale, which is the Kiwanis Club's major fundraiser.
Yes, it's our largest fundraiser each year. Back when I was first president, my first go-around, our club used to do over $50,000, $45,000 to $55,000 in peanut sales, and this is our largest fundraiser. And every dollar that we receive from people on the street selling them goes back into the organizations that we support for children, veterans, and stuff like that. I should preface that by saying every dollar less the cost of the peanuts. Yeah. That's the only thing. We don't use any of the funds that are raised for anything within the club. Yeah,
and all our other activities, we kind of self-finance them,
Yes.
Whatever they are.
Yeah.
Whatever we do to try and sell more peanuts,
Right.
We don't charge for that. We just eat that personally, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but after those 4 days, September 5th through the 8th of this year, I won't eat peanuts for about a month because, selling them and buying our own, putting the seed money in and things, I get tired of peanuts.
Well, we do kind of a little warmer-upper on Memorial Day. And we had a bunch of Kiwanians, but we had even more Key Club members. And we marched in the Memorial Day Parade.
Yep.
And we gave out, how many boxes? I think we gave out 5,000 bags of peanuts. I
Yep.
think that's what it was. And that's just sort of a primer for
Right.
the peanut sale. Those don't cost anything. They're freebies.
Well, and then at the parade, I haven't been to the parade in a few years, but the kids come up because they know Kiwanis and
Yeah.
peanuts, so that they're recognizing that, we're the peanut people. And, you'll have a lot of people during the sale that come up, hey, thank you for the peanuts at Memorial Day, and, they'll put money in your bucket and take more.
I was in the parade, and I could see we had, I don't know, maybe 30 Key Club. There was quite a group of them, maybe not 30, maybe it was 25, but it was quite a group, and half were on one side of the street and half on the other. And we're going down through West Dearborn, and I said, I think they're giving them away a little too fast. But by the time we got to the reviewing stand, there were no peanuts left.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, they were so quick, I couldn't get up and make a comment in their ear, save a few.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, that's not a bad thing to give them all away, because when I sell on the street or in front of a storefront, I'll have people that don't want the peanuts. And I try to tell them, but my objective is to get rid of all the peanuts so that I don't eat them. And what I'll do is, if somebody donates, when a family comes through with little kids and they're allowed to eat them, I'll give a couple extra bags saying, hey, here,
Yeah, sure. Or if you have a car stop and there's 3 kids in the back seat, you got to give them 3 bags
Yeah.
of peanuts. I don't care if they give you $1 or what. It doesn't
Well,
matter, you know.
I'll usually also give a husband and wife a his and her pack, you know.
Sure,
so
sure.
Just to give them
A little courtesy thing there, you know.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of us are starting to go in front of the storefronts now because we're all a little older and we're not as nimble as we used to be. And with traffic nowadays, it can be a little hairy out there on the streets.
Well, every once in a while, I've always gone on the street, and I'm still okay for it, but, you know. And where I go is where Jerry Asamacher used to go.
Outer Drive and Military.
Yeah, but the light there is like a minute. It's a solid minute, and the cars come down, and you can. And I walk up on the grass. I don't walk on the street, but then people wave, and you know, you go out, and it's pretty easy to weave through the cars there. Because you know, you get in your head, you get the minute timing in your head. You know, you know when you got to get out of there. You know.
Well, I've been at Outer Drive and Michigan Avenue on the southbound side, facing north, and I've actually had people stop on Michigan Avenue wanting to give me money, and it's like I wave them through. It's like, you know, my life's worth. I mean, I love what we do, but my life's a little bit more than a bag of peanuts and stuff.
There's one place that you can sell the peanuts. Never go on the street at all. What it is, it's the westbound ramp from Michigan Avenue to Ford Road, because that's 1 lane wide.
Yep.
And you just stand on the side,
And you can
the,
be on both
the
sides
driver's
of,
side.
You can be on both sides of. You can be on Telegraph, or you can be on the entrance to Ford Road.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I'd stay on the you know, on the Telegraph side.
Yep.
You know, and you stand at that corner, and I know people have done that and made, you know.
Jeanette Christie used to.
Yeah, she
that
made
was
a
her
lot.
her area all the time.
Yeah, my plan. I'm going the same place, and I'm going to put in some hours. You know, I'm going to put in some hours, and I'm also going to make a sign or 2 and put them up, because there might be a few people, if they see a sign, that would key them to get a buck out or something. You know, and you know. I don't want to cause any delay in traffic. You know, I always turn around as soon as the light changes. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm still working, so I don't have a ton of hours to devote to selling. So what I do is I'll pick Saturday and or Sunday to go in front of one of the markets and sell peanuts there.
Yeah. Well, also we're gonna try and do a little promotional thing within the club. And I'm going to have a cookout at my house, and I'm just going to have stuff there, because everybody needs the aprons like this and the buckets like that, and so I'm just going to have those things there, so when people come, if they want to take them, they can take them then, and there will be peanuts there. Yep. So club members, and then the next week we're going to have a kind of a talk it up at the regular meeting, and that might help a little bit, you know.
Right, because then that'll give people a chance to sign up for the street corners or storefronts. Yeah, a couple last times.
And Al Holmes, our treasurer, he has the sheets there.
Yep.
At the pay table for the regular meeting, so people can sign up for that. Well, we're going to take a little break. I'm here with Leon Bergeron, the current vice president and next year's president of the Kiwanis Club, and we're talking a little bit about the peanut drive. We'll talk to you soon after the break.
Who is a kid? Well, that's a kid. And another. Look, a gaggle of them. Or is it a herd? Litter? Pride. But what about her? Tell her she's not a kid. Or him. So how do we tell who is a kid? Height? Age, maybe. But some of us have to grow up faster than others. A kid. A kid. A kid wants to make the world better. And one day, he just might. Is a kid fearless? Vulnerable? strong. Nervous? Yes. 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 Kiwanis is 600,000 kids at heart doing all the little and big things it takes to help children around the world. Because kids need Kiwanis. All of them.
Hello, I'm Ray Scaboria. We're here on KiwaniTalk, and I'm here with Leon Bergeron, the upcoming president of our club in beginning of October. And we are talking about our major fundraiser, the Peanut Drive. And Leon, let me ask you a couple questions about, let's talk a little bit about some of the organizations that we support. The Peanut Drive is our major fundraiser. So,
Right.
So a lot of the funds that we support organizations with come from that.
Right. All the funds that we generate during the sale, less the cost of the peanuts, goes into the club foundation fund, and those funds can only be spent on nonprofits. So what we do is we have a list of the 501(c)(3)s in Southeast Michigan that come to us asking for funds. Like, we support the Penrickton Center, which is the Center for the Blind and Deaf Children in Taylor, that they come to us for funds, and we distribute, whatever we get to them.
We've also had members on their board.
Yeah, we had Skip Armstrong used to be on their board, now Peggy is. Yeah. So then we also support the Dearborn Youth Symphony. We also do the 4th grade symphony, where the DSO does a concert for the 4th grade kids.
I think they're bused to the concerts, I believe.
So, but we sponsor that. We sponsor Access. We used to sponsor the Arab American Museum in Dearborn. We do Vista Maria, Starfish. There's so many organizations that we help in the southeastern Michigan, because we like to do the smaller, not mom and pop, but for lack of a better way, that we want to do some of the smaller organizations, because your dollar goes further with an organization that has lower overhead than some of these large, like I don't know if I can say like March of Dimes and others, that they have only 50-some% of your dollar goes back to that. We like to do some of the smaller ones that, you get the bigger bang for the buck.
Things like Boy Scouts. Maybe local teams, sports teams, things like that, local ones.
Right.
I'm meaning youth teams.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and then we sponsor the 7 key clubs in Dearborn. We used to do 2 of the Circle Ks, but we don't sponsor them with funds from this, but they help us in our fundraising activities as we help them with their projects. So I actually like some of the organizations that we get to go into and actually build things or work on projects with them. I like to be hands-on. So.
Well, one of the things I believe that with our key clubs, they get the benefit for their own service or charitable contributions. They get the benefit for the sales of the peanuts that they sell.
Right.
So we make that a little incentive for them.
Right. But it helps them out for their projects, because we do Fordson, Dearborn High, Etzel Ford, Melvindale, Dearborn Heights, Crestwood, and then my alma mater, Annapolis High School in District 7 in the south end of Dearborn Heights. Go Cougars. So, but I mean, those are your leaders, and for them to actually step up and help with this project of selling peanuts and stuff is amazing. They're a great group of kids. You can't say enough about.
I remember her. I wish I could say her name. You might remember her name. But she was last year's governor of the Key Clubs. No, it was a full year ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and I believe she's at Harvard now, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You know, so a very motivated young person.
Yeah, they're sharp. I mean, they're sharp. They're very, very sharp individuals and stuff, and it's a joy to work with them on some of our projects. Also, one of the other projects that we do with some of the funds is the NOAA project, where we make I think it's 300 to 400 sandwiches and take it down to the Central United Methodist Church in Detroit and distribute them. And we'll have the Key Clubbers come out and help us assemble the sandwiches, pack the bags of candy, fruit, and peanuts and everything. So it's a good synergism between the two.
Yeah. And they've done some of that. They've actually made sandwiches that are, we went to the Salvation Army once, and I helped them, and it was a Key Club group,
Right.
and Peggy was there. Peggy was with her group up there.
Right.
And those were going to be distributed to people that were hungry, I guess.
Right.
You know.
Well, then some of the other organizations are like the Wounded. We do the Wounded American Motorcycle Ride for Veterans. We used to do the veterans. Was it pancake breakfast for them? No, that's the prayer breakfast. I always mix up some of the events that we have.
No, I went to that a few times, yeah.
And then we donate to the Dingle Veteran Center downtown, and so.
Yeah, Kiwanis is a lot of our experience in the past. Clubs have ended up merging with us, and a lot of it had to do with COVID. Membership dropped off in clubs, and so the clubs have merged. But some of these clubs are the ones we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we also sponsor the scholarship for one of the kids that helps us out with our video production at the high school at WDHS or I always mix that up because I'm not on this side of the camera. I'm always on the other side listening. So, and we also do like Fish and Loaves and the Friends of it used to be Dearborn Animal Shelter. Now it's whatever they've renamed it. So.
Well, I think we'd like to talk a little bit about the sale itself. We sell on the streets, and of course that's the beginning of our sale. It's a 3-day sale, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And but then the sale goes on for the rest of the month.
Right, we do. We're going to start at September 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And if people cannot donate, if you're out of town or you just feel the need that, hey, I missed that guy on the street, I want to donate, you can probably go to our Facebook website, or the actual Dearborn Kiwanis website and, ping us there and say, hey, I'd like to donate, how can I do it? Or you can come out to one of our meetings on Tuesday evening at Park Place in Dearborn and come in, buy some peanuts, or if you want to drop off a check for peanuts, you can do that.
And of course, we'd be happy to sell you a whole box for, say, $50. It's and remember, it's a charitable contribution.
Right.
Well,
we don't.
Anything
that goes in here is greatly appreciated.
Yes, that's right.
So.
And it's and we work pretty hard that month, don't we? I mean, most of us find the time somehow or other to get out there, and it's a little bit competitive amongst members.
Yeah, we set up 4 teams usually, and there's a competition between the 4 teams. And what we'll do is the winners get a better dinner than the ones that aren't the winning team. So
the winners get steak and the losers get Franks and beans.
Right.
I think is the way it's usually.
But that
set
does
up.
not come out of peanut sale funds. That comes out of our club
no,
fund.
That's
yeah.
That's
just
just
so
a
that
regular.
people
That's
know.
just a regular meal for the night.
Yes. So.
Yeah.
I prefer to be on the winning team. So.
Yeah. Why not? I don't know. It's been, and it's kind of fun. You kind of look. That's always after the sale's completely over. After the totals are in.
Right. That's like November, December time frame that we.
So I I think it's the 20th of August. I think there's going to be a cookout at my house, and I'm going to make sure that all the stuff is there in case anybody doesn't get to the meeting the next week. They can get an apron like this and a bucket if they need it, and
yes,
peanuts.
I know the cookout at your house because I'm normally the cook.
Yeah, I hope you can make it.
So.
And we'll make it a stakeout, huh? Why not?
Why not? Why not? It's my forte.
It tends to draw in members.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and we don't charge anything extra. It's the regular rate, you know?
Right. Yep.
You know?
So.
And I'm hoping we get a nice kind of an early fall day, and that's maybe 70-ish.
Maybe a better 70 than
70
the 90s
to 80.
that we had.
We had. It was kind of warm last year,
Yeah.
I think.
And hopefully no remnants of the hurricanes.
No threats of a thunderstorm
Yeah.
or something like that. Although I do have a garage that's
Yeah.
equipped for it.
So.
Well, we're getting down to the last couple of minutes here. Is there anything you'd like to add, Leon, at this point?
Just if you see the orange vest out on the street or in front of a storefront, we don't discriminate whether it's folding money or change. It doesn't matter. It all goes into the same pot to go back into the communities of Southeast Michigan to help the kids and veterans in Southeastern Michigan. So if you see us, stop and say hi. If we're in front of a store, we'll be happy to talk to you and tell you about Kiwanis and how you could join if you're interested.
Yeah. We can always use members, you know?
Always.
That COVID was hard on clubs. It really was, you know.
Right.
We're still a strong club, but, you know, you could always use members, especially folks that are a little younger.
Well, that's what's encouraging to see about the key clubs. There's so many of the kids in the high school and also the college, you know, that for the Circle K, that these are young kids that are involved in service. You don't really see that a lot, you know, because of the dwindling memberships of all the service organizations.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Leon, thank you very much for coming out and helping us promote the peanut sale, and we're looking to do our best this year and bring in some funds so we can support all these groups that we have over many years before.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you very much for joining us on KiwaniTalk, and I hope you'll join us again soon.
And look for us September 5th through the 8th selling peanuts.